Okay, everybody, this is your mount escape series for our students here at Maximum Martial Arts. We got 3 different escapes from mount. The first one is your standard Oompa or buck trap and roll. This should be your go-to one. Okay, and I'll explain further as we go. So the first one from mount, if you don't know what that is, that's when my attacker's on top. You'll probably find yourself in a street fight like this. Okay, so punches coming down, chokes, all sorts of stuff. So the first thing I want to do is I want to disrupt that balance by covering my head and bucking. My heels come as close to my butt as possible, and I'm going to think of throwing him over my head at 12 o'clock, straight here. Not off to the sides, but straight. So I cover and I buck. Once he tables out, it's my chance to roll him over. I'm going to take one hand and I'm going to trap either this way or this way. Doesn't really matter. Just trap an arm. Safety tip, bad guy, go palm up or make a fist if you want to put your fist on the floor. You can put either way, just don't have your fingers out, you'll damage your fingers, okay? And then the other thing is I want to trap the leg. So I buck, trap the leg and the arm, and then I go again at 12 o'clock, straight up here, and then just roll. And I land in the guard position, I'm on top. So that's why this is our go-to, because it puts me in a better position. I get the person off of me, and I get to be on top, which allows me to stay in the fight or disengage and leave. So that's why that would be the number 1 option. Let's do another version from this way so you can see a different angle here. So again, whether he's punching or choking, okay, I would grab his arm back. I'm going to throw him at 12 o'clock. I buck. When he pulls out, I trap an arm, trap a leg, and then I rotate on an axis, and I can strike and step out on my way there. Option 2, let's go side view. This could be a shrimp escape. So this is against someone, maybe let's say he's punching over and I buck and he doesn't table out. He kind of leans back. Kind of think of like a rodeo fighter, right? A rodeo rider that leans back. Well, if he's leaning back, when he leans back, his hips are high and his weight is back. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. If I can't get him back out, I'm going to take one hand right on his belly button, the belt line, not high, not too low, pressing straight on center, and I'm going to turn myself sideways. Feet come in, I'm going to push and just get one leg out. Shrimp out to here, and then it gets me to a kicking position from there. Not as good as option 1 because it doesn't get me in the top position, but it does get me from an escape position or get him off of me. All right, so one more time from this angle. So this is kind of my option 2. If I buck and he leans back, hand's gonna go here. I turn myself completely sideways. I want to be on his shoulder. And as I do that, I am thrusting with a stiff arm. Don't think push with your elbow, you won't have no strength. Lock your elbow out and use your strength with your legs to drive yourself out like a shrimp, which we'll do in class. Your leg comes out, you can post, and kick from there. Last option is elbow escape. Again, these are all great options. This one does not put me in the top position when I escape. Does not get me completely out like the shrimp. It just gets me to a better position, but I'm still on my back, which anytime I'm on my back, I think of it as I'm losing. So think of it, you just bettered your position, but you're not fully out, okay? So I do all this stuff, if nothing's working, I'm gonna take one hand and I'm gonna turn on the side. Even if he's in close like this, I have to sneak this hand, I can buck and get my forearm on his hip. The other hand is going to brace against it. Now, I need to get to my shoulder just like the last one. I cannot do this from my back. So I need to think, turn on my side. Okay? Here's the important detail. This foot, they call this elbow escape, but what you're really doing is you're dragging your knee up and under. The elbow's just basically just bracing against his knee. You're not really pushing with your elbow, you're raising your knee. But if I have my toes like this, and let's say his foot is out, you might make it work. If he's digging his feet in, like he knows what he's doing, I'm going to be going up every single time. Even if I have my toes like this, it's going to be hard to get in. Take your foot, turn it even farther. Think toes down. When I do that, I can get underneath that knee. Okay? So from here, I'm going to push on the hip, toes down, I push that knee out, I get to a half guard, it's called. From here, I turn on my other side, and I get all the way out to guard, or if I'm lucky, I would just get out and I'd kick out. One more time from this angle. It's called elbow escape. So again, I buck whatever he's got tight mount here, so where his knees are pinching on my side, where the shrimp is not going to work because he's pinching his knees. Okay, I'm going to go to the elbow escape. Right hand, I'm going to brace it on his hip. Other hand is bracing. I buck to get myself sideways, all the way right hip. Toes down, drive that knee up and get this leg on top, turn to the other side, push this knee out, and I'll either get completely out to guard, or if you're lucky enough, you can get to kick off from the guard from there and get up and out. 3 options from mount position.